you might be asking yourself why I'm dressed in my BLA shirt. Well, I just got home from the gym. Doyers are coming to town, so of course I'm representing my Padres at the gym. But while I was at the gym today, I had a guy come up and ask if I knew a good painter. He's had the outside of his house painted. And so while I was doing my work, I thought, well, maybe you're about to do that kitchen or bathroom remodel, or you want to paint your house or upgrade your plumbing or electrical, and maybe you've been having a hard time finding a contractor to come in and do the work for you. Hey, it's Rob, Homes by Rob Denny, Home Smart Realty West. So my goal today is to answer that question for you and to at least give you some ideas for you to answer to yourself. First thing I'm going to tell you is make a list. And the best way to make that list would be to get a referral, preferably a referral from a family member or a friend, somebody who's actually had the work done by that contractor. That is the number one way for you to get a list of contractors. In fact, I would actually say the worst thing you could do is go on Google and just look at a review, because a friend, a family member, anybody could go on Google and do a review. So you need to do a little work here. You actually want to find somebody on your own and then check them out. If you don't have a family or member or friend that can do it, one of the things you can do is whenever you're having work done at your house, always ask them if they have a good person. Even if you're not having another job done anytime soon, just say, hey, do you know anybody who's good? Because rock stars tend to run with rock stars. So if you've got somebody in your house that is doing really good work, make sure you hit them up for some other referrals. And believe me, if they don't know anybody or they know somebody shady, they're going to tell you that, because they don't want to ruin their reputation, especially if they've done a good job. You guys have a good reputation, or good rapport together. Another way to build your list: get in your car and drive around your neighborhood or nearby neighborhoods. If you don't see anybody doing construction, remodel type work on a house, look for signs. A lot of contractors put signs in front of a house that they're doing work on. And then when they aren't there, go back and knock on the door and ask the homeowner, hey, how are they doing? How's the job? And you may think, well, I don't want to invade people's privacy, but you're really not. You're just asking for some help. That's all. And everybody likes helping people, right? You like it when somebody asks you. If you have the answer, it makes you feel good. So they understand if you're getting ready to spend thousands of dollars, believe me, if you knock on the door and you ask them, they're going to totally understand where you're at, and they're going to tell you exactly what's going on. And that way you'll know. If they say it's great, then great. Another thing you can do is you can head down to Home Depot or Lowe's, whichever's closest to you. Go to their customer information center and ask them if they have cards of local contractors that they know personally, that have done work for them, or that they see in there a lot and they know by their reputation because they've done a lot of work. And if they know they're in there all the time, they're doing a lot of work, more than likely they have a relationship with them and they can give you a good idea if you should call them or not. Okay, so now you got your list. Well, what are you going to do with that list? First of all, you should save it on a file. You should always be looking for contractors, so just make a file, keep it on your computer, put them in different categories, and have one big file, so when you need them, you got it. So now you've built this list. The next thing you want to do is go into Google and put in Contractors State License Board. And that is going to come up to the Government License Board. Click on that, and you want to do a license check. What that's going to do, you can see here it says check licensed contractor or home improvement salesperson. Now you can make sure that they're licensed and that their license is in good standing with the state. After you do that, the next thing you want to do is you want to start interviewing it. I recommend talking one-on-one, not texting or emailing. It's important to talk to one-on-one, not using Google again either. So make sure that you do that. You pick up the phone and you give them a call. So when you talk to them one-on-one, before you meet with them, you want to make sure that you have a list of questions that you're going to ask them. Have the questions written on a piece of paper. Questions like, how long have you been in this line of work? How many jobs you've done last year? Will they actually be doing the work? This is a big one. Or are they going to be subcontracting it out? Some contractors just go out, bid on jobs, and they subcontract them out. If they are subcontracting them out, are they subcontract them out to a licensed contractor? And if so, what is their name? Because you then want to go back and check that their license is in good standing. That's a big one. Ideally, you want the contractor you're talking to directly do the work himself, but some guys are just swamped and they have crews that work for them. Ask them how far out are they before they can actually get to your job. You want to nail down a date of when they can actually start. And if you're satisfied with all these answers, then ask them for a couple of referrals, preferably people they have done work for recently. And then after you get these numbers, actually make the calls. Don't just throw them to the side. Call them, ask them. They show up on time, project done on time. Did it come in at budget, or was it under or over? How was the crew that worked for them? Did they keep the house clean? They take care of everything the way they said they would. These are important questions. But perhaps the most important question to ask, and the last question you should ask, is, would you hire them again? Knowing what you know now that they've finished the job, would you hire them to come back into your home and do another job? If they say yes, that is a very good sign. And after this is a good time to set up a meeting in your home and have them actually come out and show them the work that you want done. But you can also check them out. Did they show up earlier on time? Are they dressed professionally? Do they have a professional attitude? Do they come with a contract ready to write an offer? This is also a good time to ask them about their insurance. Make sure that they're bonded and insured for both of your sakes. What kind of policy do they have? Who's it with? And what does it cover? And also be sure when you're going through what you want done that you know exactly what you want done. Don't assume they're just a professional and they'll figure it all out. Tell them exactly what you want done so they could write it down and give you a good estimate. And then come to an agreement on payments. Once you decide to hire them, don't pay everything up front. It's a big project, pay a piece at a time. We don't want to give their money up front. It's never a good idea to pay up front. Look at baseball contracts. But seriously, so you want to piecemeal that in. You want to come out to agreement about how much you're going to give them up front and how often you'll make payments as the job goes along. And that's it for this video. That's all I got for you. If you follow these tips, I expect your life to be much easier when you go to hire for your next project. And that's all I got. I hope you're doing well. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call, text, or email me. I hope you're well, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.